TD, what up? Salute, salute, salute. We is live. We is live. Shout out to everybody already on YouTube. I know y'all been like, damn, they ain't came with no content. Sometimes you just gotta chillax, man. Let the pressure just, you know what I'm saying, regroup and come with your best punch forward. We definitely got a punch. We stay with a punch. But first, let me shout out everybody on Clubhouse. Welcome to Damu Keyway Conversation. You're talking about one of the hottest and oldest platforms on Clubhouse for that exclusive content. For 3 years, we've been going, man. So it's a lot of responsibilities, but we make the shit happen. Ain't no complaining. Shout out to G-Mac. He in the building today. Pacoima is in the building. God, what up? We got Big Gov in the building. Henny Gang in the building. We got Selena. You know what I'm saying? Bomani, what's up, baby? We got AJ. We got Straight No Chaser in the building. Everybody on YouTube, when you come in, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's get into the content. I don't know what's up with the Keyway pop star. Always got to be late. Or it's always something with this nigga, man. Y'all see what I deal with, though? But I got my nigga back. But I'm just saying, he got to watch his front. Let a nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be up here already. Let me see who we got already at the top. We got RDL. Salute Deuce M, y'all in the chat. Y'all hit that MF like button. Facts. Slimeball TV. You always looking with your looking ass. Megan Davis, hit that button as you come in. ETE. Hashtag ETE. Expose the exposers. Salute to the Blue Wrench Mob. I see y'all down there in the chat. J-Boy TV, P5, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I see Makita Exotic Soul is in the chat. Hey, Makita. Hip Hop Uncut. What's good, chat? Salute to Hip Hop. Salute to Legendary Sherm. Salute, chat, Deuce, Yael Diamond. That 504 girl, salute, salute, mercy, salute, bless, salute. Peace and blessings to the queens and kings in the building. Man, salute, man. Selena, hey, chat. Henny Gang is in the building. If y'all didn't know, the Henny Gang is in the building. The Henny Snipers is in the building. Shout out to the whole Henny Gang. Aries Rules, salute. Damn, we going to be going through these all day. GT Mac and him and Diddy finna be in the same cell. Nah, man, I think Diddy finna get bail anyway. Everybody's supposed to have opportunity at bail unless they just impose such a significant threat to society that is like impossible. Like, bro, 50 million shouldn't even be a fucking bond. He just didn't want to have to go in and would utilize that equity to make sure he don't miss that by having to be in jail. They're going to give him a bail. He's going to be fighting that from the streets, right? I hope y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? And this is all I'm going to say about that before we get into content, because everybody on this whole Diddy high and shit, that shit's on every channel, every YouTube. We don't really want to get into it. If that nigga did foul, it's finna show. Whatever energy you put into the universe is the energy that you gonna reciprocate. So if you was doing foul, if you really was kidnapping these women, that's what I think is the Rico shit. I don't think that's as bad as it is. They're gonna have to try to patch shit together. Obviously the kidnapping is serious. You're talking about subsection 207, that's 15 years, and there's 2 counts of that, so that's 30. So that's some serious charges. As far as a grown man forcing I haven't seen any evidence of a grown man forcing. Now, maybe he utilized leverage with his money, his power, his fame, but people, grown adults, cool. As far as what they're saying about the sex traffic, sex worker, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, everybody jumping to conclusions, haven't heard the evidence, haven't seen the evidence, but I can tell you it was a whole bunch of freaking going on. Niggas say 1,000 things of lubricant. These niggas is doing foul up in that motherfucker. Freak offs and shit. Hey, they been saying that shit for years. Where there's smoke, there's fire, man. But ain't nothing wrong with freaking. Now, if he forced himself on any woman utilizing his physical capabilities, we stand against that. He's a piece of shit. But let's let the evidence come out before everybody just take their positions. This trial probably gonna take years, not months, years. Papa Dirt, what up? So y'all just keep that in mind, right? But we got 100 people in here. Anthony Terrell, what up, bro? Where you been at, man? What you on, gang? Man, I'm waiting on them. We hadn't opened up, so I try to hurry up and open up. The nigga Yael said he coming, but you know the Keyway pop star. I'm not finna keep waiting. Y'all already up in here. Everybody hit that like button, share, tell a friend. Let's start off with this, man, because I want to get on this vibe before I get into the content. I want y'all to remember Greg Kading never said that the paperwork didn't say CS2 back. Shout out my boy Scandalous Los Angeles TV.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Today, we're going to let you guys hear what Greg Kading has to say about CS2 back. You're going to hear Greg attempt to shield his confidential source, but you're also going to hear him place Wack directly in the CS2 driver's seat. I'll interject a little throughout the interview, just to point out a few things. Other than that, I'm going to just let it play. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Now, Greg, this isn't about you. This is about Wack. I understand you have to do what you gotta do. But if he can bring you on Clubhouse to tell us all that stuff, I feel I should be able to ask some questions so the people can be informed. So again, this has nothing to do with you. This is about Wack.
Yeah, I get it. No, and again, I'm not trying to get in the middle of whatever bullshit is going on between Wack and whatever bullshit's going on with Starbucks. I don't give a fuck about that beef. Whatever it is, they'll figure it out. I'm just going to tell you investigatively, we would have listed Wack, Cash Jones, in our paperwork. He would have been like target one, and his phone would have been target one. And so when we were looking at him, we used particular language in our paperwork. So if we're writing the wiretap affidavit for his phone, we would say Cash Jones, also known as Wack. You were utilizing target number, whatever, which would be his phone. I think it was some 661 phone number. And that's just the language. Nowhere within the paperwork related to the investigation of Cash Jones, was he ever mentioned as a CS or an informant? Because he wasn't.
Okay. Now, Greg, we're talking about the case Stutterbox had against Shaquille O'Neal and the 7 Main Street Crips. When Wack brought you on Clubhouse, he asked you what would he have been referred to as in the paperwork.
And then in your paperwork, I don't know. How was I referred to? Was I referred to Wack, Cash Jones? They have this Back name. I don't know who the fuck Back is. I don't know. I know I've never had that moniker, but I don't know. Maybe it was some coded shit. Or how did you recall referring to me through all the paperwork when you guys were like listening in on my wiretaps? So like saying, okay, this is Wack, this is Cash Jones on the wiretap. What was I referred to in your, because I've never looked over that paperwork, never had a need to. What was I referred to?
If Wack had nothing to do with...
So remember, they're not, this is when I first exposed the CS2 back paperwork. Greg Kading or Wack100 never contested the authenticity of the paperwork. And you're going to hear Scandalous Los Angeles going back and forth with Greg Kading. And now he denies that Wack was CS2, but there's obviously CS2 back on the paperwork. The paperwork that Greg Kading seen. He never contested that. Let's go.
Del Dog, Shack, or any of the Main Street Crips. Why would his name be being referred to in the paperwork at all?
So again, this is completely different investigation. We have to be real careful that we don't cross over these ideas, because when I said he would have been mentioned in the paperwork, if we're talking about Cash Jones's case, then we may have mentioned a CS, which would have been Stutterbox, saying these things about Cash that we investigated. There's that. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't. Now, if Cash is asking me if his name was in the Main Street case, no, it wasn't.
So we all know that Greg is not being truthful when he says that. We can clearly see Wack's government name.
So we know Greg Kading was lying for Wack. You can see Cash Jones in here implicated in conspiracy to extort. Hold on, everybody. Wait. Let's make sure we make a grand entrance for the Keyway Pop Star. The Keyway Pop Star, everybody.
Damu Keyway Conversations. Oh, yeah, I had to make a grand entrance, man. This is the Keyway Pop Star. I got to take the whole show. Let me stop, man. Salute to my brother for holding it down. I'm at work on this plantation, man, making it happen.
As you should be.
Hey, listen, the title alone, man, is crazy, and I'm loving it. I've been dying for the content for like 3 days. Deuce been starving us. Now we here. It's the bougie Damu and the Keyway Pop Star.
No, I ain't bougie at all.
Yes,
I'm a
you
real
is,
grimy nigga. Bro, you
is,
see me, I won't shave for days, just grinding it out, nigga. Hey, but
let's get to it.
They were saying, Scandalous Los Angeles is saying that Greg Kading's lying where he said Wack name was nowhere in the Main Street Shaquille O'Neal paperwork. And here you got him implicated in conspiracy to extort. Stutterbox sent him to tell Shaq and Mark Stevens that that Stutterbox got a video of Shaq fucking a bitch inside a Stutterbox house, and the bitch that he was fucking wasn't his wife, and TMZ will pay a lot of money for it. So we know he lying. He has to protect a 137 informant. Don't forget that part. Let's go.
Cash Jones all in this case. Hey, Christopher Love's boys. This shows you why you can't believe everything the police say. This also shows you that the police are protecting Wack, as they would any other confidential informant that's in good standing with them, unlike Stutterbox. But I want you to hear what Greg says right after he said Wack was not in the Main Street case at all.
There was no mention of Cash in the Main Street case. There was no mention of Cash in the Main Street case, other than when he's trying to get a hold of Mark Stevens and in order to tell him that Box has been compromised.
Yeah, and that's what the wiretap.
So Greg Kading just admits that it is Wack100 on the phone with Mark Stevens trying to get in contact with Del Dog, saying that Box has went sour. Box, Stutterbox, had went sour. This is what they're saying, right? They're not denying the authenticity of the paperwork. They're not denying that it says CS2 back on the paperwork. He's just trying to say that that's not Wack. So my boy Scandalous Press.
Transcript said CS2 back, or Wack was calling Del Dog to do. Not Del Dog, but Mark Stevens.
See what you just did, though?
Yeah, I said Del Dog.
You said CS2 Wack. It doesn't say that, does it?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it say CS2 back?
Yes, it says CS2 back.
Okay, well, do you know what you just said?
Hold on.
What did I say?
What did Greg Kading say that the paperwork said?
CS2 Wack. It doesn't say that, does it?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it say CS2 back?
Yes.
He said, doesn't the paperwork say CS2 back? Y'all see how simple this is? Y'all take these dodos and overthink it. He's telling you that the paperwork says CS2 back. And the only time that you're going to hear Wack100 Cash Jones on the Main Street case is when he's calling Mark Stevens. Do you know what the paperwork says when call Mark Stevens trying to get in contact with Del Dog? CS2 back. But we gonna get into this pistol case. I just wanted y'all to know this nigga been ratting a long time, my nigga.
Yes, it says CS2 back.
Okay, well, you know what you just said?
What did I say?
CS2 Wack.
I meant CS2 back.
Because in your mind, and bear with me, no offense here, but I think you've already come to the conclusion that Wack is Wack, and that's why that's such an easy mistake to make.
Well, the reason I think Wack is CS2 back is because that's who Mark Stevens said he was talking to.
Nobody's disputing that. Nobody's disputing that Mark Stevens is saying that Wack is who he was talking to.
But he's saying that that's back. He is saying that back is Wack.
How does Mark Stevens put that together? Show me how Mark Stevens...
He's saying, how did Mark Stevens figure out that Wack was back? Because that's who called him. And on that wiretap, it says CS2 back called him. He didn't know no back. We got the audio. We'll play it when we interviewed him. So he's not arguing that the paperwork ain't real. He's not arguing that the paperwork don't say CS2 back that he's seen. He's not arguing that that's Wack on the phone call. What he's trying to argue is that CS2 back is not Wack. But Wack is the one that called several times trying to get in contact with Del Dog.
I talked to Dog.
I talked to Dog. Diddy lied about that. Man, let's flame these niggas up, bro.
Has anything to substantiate that back is Wack.
In the paperwork they put him as back, BACK. And I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. They put him as back because he a blood, so it's back. I said, oh, okay.
And was this back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
So that's Mark Stevens when I interviewed him saying that the person who called him and on their name is CS2 back, right? That's Cash Jones, that's Wack100. This is the man who got the call. To know that if you call me right now and tell me, hey, Deuce Sims, hey, the phones is tapped, the phone's compromised, and whoop-de-whoop went bad, nigga, I'ma feel my throat in my stomach.
Ass monkey. How many fucking monkeys does it take to screw in a light bulb? Derelict.
Don't worry about it. We got somewhere for you to go. Stop bringing her up, because she going to the subscribe from the Suwoo tube. You know what I'm saying? Boom!
He said, boom.
So, but
hey, what do CS back do? Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom. When I got to work, it's boom, boom. If it was my lawyers and it real, man, listen, my lawyer I just got off the phone with my lawyer. Shout out to my attorney, man. You know what I'm saying? But back to the content, man. He's trying to argue where he said, well, they changed his name from Wack to Back because he's a blood. Okay, maybe Mark Stevens went out on a limb, or maybe that's something that his lawyer suggested to him of why Wack was back. But his lawyers told him that Wack was CS2 back, that he was trying to line them up on that initial wiretap. The first wiretap, they got Mark Stevens and Del Dog on. He done did it after they done raided his house. Let my nigga Scandalous tell y'all about it before we get into this Texas shit.
Okay, so no offense to Mark. He doesn't know any better. But when we're writing official police reports, we don't play the game. We don't change language or change spelling because we are, part of the gang culture. We're not going to put Wack. We're going to put Back because he's a blood, not a Crip, and we don't. That's not how we operate. We don't.
Okay.
That's gang shit. We don't write as gangsters. We write as police officers and try to be as specific as possible.
Greg is saying they try to be as specific as possible, and that they don't do things like that. But we're all looking at a wiretap transcript where they did exactly that. They put a person named Back in the paperwork, and no one knows who Back is.
We don't change things in order to... So if Mark Stevens is thinking that, oh man, the cops just put this in there this way because he's a blood and not a Crip, it's not how it works.
I hear you, Greg. But even without them doing that, the conversation with Mark Stevens and Del Dog did actually take place. And Mark Stevens is saying the person who called him looking for Del Dog's phone number was Wack. Mark said he doesn't know anyone named Back. So why would they put some fake person that Mark has never ever talked to in the transcripts?
No, I get that. See, we are totally in agreement. The conversation is Wack, obviously. The conversation is Wack, obviously. But this explanation of Wack being Back, there's nothing to substantiate that other than...
But this explanation, so he's arguing, oh, well, he's not back because he's a blood. He's back because he's back. No, Back is Wack and Wack is Back. And it says confidential source. There's no way that my name should be in paperwork referred to as a confidential source. Ever. Ever. Fuck if why y'all call him Back. And the explanation that Mark Steven got, he know who called him, and y'all referring to this nigga as a confidential source. Number 2, Back, aka the Wack boy. So we already knew that was him. These pussy ass niggas didn't believe me when I brought the word.
Now I'm gonna pause right here because I want to make sure you guys didn't miss what just happened. I told Greg that Mark Stevens said he doesn't know anyone named Back. So I asked Greg why would they put somebody in the paperwork that Mark Stevens doesn't know and has never ever spoken to in his life. I'm going to play it again so you can hear how he evades my question. I hear you, Greg, but even without them doing that, the conversation with Mark Stevens and Del Dog did actually take place, and Mark Stevens is saying the person who called him looking for Del Dog's phone number was Wack. Mark said he doesn't know anyone named Back. So why would they put some fake person that Mark has never ever talked to in the transcripts?
No, I get that. See, we are totally in agreement. The conversation is Wack, obviously. The conversation is Wack, obviously.
So now we all agree. I agree when I exposed it and they said he wasn't the person in the conversation, right? When they were denying it, when I first came with the paperwork, it wasn't 10 minutes. Wack had Reggie Wright Jr. and Greg Kading on the stage. 10 minutes, my room on Clubhouse was open. And when I first exposed this, right? Nigga, they were denying that he was the guy on the phone call.
But dude, now, is that the same as it? What then he was saying? He didn't talk to Mark. I mean, he didn't talk to Dog at first. That's what Mark was saying, right?
It's all from the same phone call. They try to now, mind you, he still never said, "Oh no, it doesn't say CS2 Back in the paperwork." That paperwork has to be free. Like, wouldn't you guys say that? He's acknowledging that the paperwork says CS2 Back that he has seen. But y'all listen to this weird ass, rat ass nigga tell y'all that it was fake paperwork that Deuce Sims made up. Then we catch him lying about whether or not Wack had anything to do with the Main Street case, period. Because really, Wack was informing with them about Poochie. What did Greg Kading discover? He had went against Detective Poole theory that the police had something to do with the Tupac and Biggie murders and cleaned up that civil suit from Christopher Wallace's mother.
Damn.
With the whole Poochie theory. You got Reggie Wright Jr., you got Tanisha Swan, who Reggie Wright took to the feds to come with this and say she gave Poochie $15,000 on orders from Suge for the murder of Biggie Small. You have Rat Mob James, right? You got the Rat Mob James. All of these people are telling and giving this name about Poochie. So that's what Greg Kading had him doing for that. But in the midst of him being entangled with the extortion attempt on Shaquille O'Neal with the Main Street case, he got caught on the wiretap. And when he get caught on the wiretap, it was the initial wiretap used to try to get him to talk on the phone, say incriminating things. Thank God Del Dog didn't trust that nigga. He just said, "Nah, I'm cool on that brother."
That brother's defective.
No, that's Mark Stevens.
Oh no, Del Dog was like, "I'm cool on that brother." That nigga Mark Stevens was like, "That brother's
right here.
defective."
This explanation of Wack being back, that doesn't. There's nothing to substantiate that other than a misunderstanding of how the police write reports or a misunderstanding of a lawyer. Because I'm telling you, and I don't know how much more I can emphasize this. Cash Jones was not an informant on the Main Street case.
I'm with you on that. But you're agreeing that in the transcripts we have, it's Wack that Mark and Del are talking about in the conversation they're having, right?
Yes. And I think Wack admits that. And I think Wack admits that. But this whole thing with Back, it would have just been CS2, typically just left alone, CS2, because the investigators all know who CS2 is.
But in a wiretap, aren't they supposed to type exactly what they hear the person say?
But that's not what you're reading. You're not reading. Pardon me, so the conversation is there. You can see the conversation, right?
Right. And they're using his name as they're talking. The boy back wants your phone number. The person who transcribed the wiretap is typing that Mark is saying back, but Mark is saying that he was not saying back. He was saying Wack. And you already agreed that these guys are talking about Wack right here, but it's just using the name back until the last paragraph. In the last paragraph, Mark Stevens actually says the Wack boy.
Okay, so he's talking about Wack. There is no back. There is no back. That's all I can say.
So there you have it. Greg Kading says Del Dog and Mark Stevens are talking about Wack in the wiretap transcripts, and at the same time he is saying Wack isn't back. He said there is no back. When I asked him why would they put the name of some fake person in the paperwork, who Mark Stevens didn't know, he didn't answer me. Hey, somebody hit Compton Rick Rock up and tell him that he should remix that Ain't No Bumpton joint. Tell him to name the remix Ain't No Back. Because Greg Kading said there's no back. If Greg is saying there is no back, but the conversation being had in the wiretap is about Wack, then this shouldn't read CS2 back. It should actually say CS2 Wack. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and
hit that like button.
Damu Kiwi Conversations.
Oh, man. hey, y'all. See, sometimes you just gotta walk them through it. Take them back a little bit because it'd be so much information, and just keep it simple, bro. They didn't come out and say, "Dude, Sims made fake paperwork. That shit is fake." They didn't come out and say that. They said Back wasn't the one on the call. He wasn't CS2 Back.
Right. So basically, the cop in the case, right, Greg Kading, right, just cleared up and said it ain't no back. So if it ain't no back, and they both concurred to say that this was Wack that Del Dog and Mark was talking about, then this Captain Obvious is showing his face right now. The person that was trying to get a hold of Del Dog was Wack. He couldn't get a hold of Del Dog. He wanted a three-way. Then he lies to say, I talked to Dog, when he actually didn't, because Del Dog said, I ain't dealing with that dude. He all bad. I ain't dealing with that dude. That brother's defected. Y'all basically got the whole layman walkthrough play-by-play, and I guarantee somebody's going to overlook and overstep the whole thing and say, that's fake. Sad, nasty work, bro.
Well, I told my baby mama I wasn't going to cheat on her 10 different times and got 10 different kids. She want to keep believing it. I'm going to keep lying. You know what I'm saying? People believe whatever. They'll believe a lie if they want to believe a lie bad enough or if they're afraid of the truth. So essentially, we can't even try to change that demographic. They already picked their sides. Might have an interest in it or believe they got an interest in getting some money from EBT. Shout out 100 EBT. I see they got their show back on YouTube, the whole 100 EBT. Maybe they got some free merch or something for their people. But whether they going to get some free merch or they think they're going to get something, the Oscar Mayer Mafia is back. They're stronger than ever, y'all. Let me get this other video up. Hey, yeah, I do got the content, man. We're going to have to break this shit down. Let me see where this shit at, man. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Getty Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a double salute to all of my supporters and anyone watching this video right now. And if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, and join the Getty Gang. Why don't you? Let's get to the content. Okay, man, we already know, man, that Wack100 did catch a gun case out there in Texas with his brother, man. But Wack100 is saying that case got dismissed, man. But a lot of people don't believe it. So he's speaking about the case and breaking it down and telling the New York goons to go and get the paperwork, man. He's pretty much saying he didn't get a federal hold back then simply because the pullover was on camera and audio and the search and seizure was actually illegal. But before.
So Wack100, CS2 back, we all know him as CS2 back, or the Wack boy, is claiming that the case was dismissed for illegal search and seizure. Illegal search and seizure. Hold on. I got to work. We gonna pause that right there just so I can get y'all the goddamn work. Because his motion for illegal search and seizure, seeds of a poisonous tree or however that legal argument is, was denied. Let me see. To suppress. Oh, yeah. Let me show y'all this real quick. Since y'all be believing all the bullshit that he lied. Hey, Getty Radio, you down bad with this one, bro. There it go. Cash McElroy Jones, number 4278. That's the number y'all heard me talk to Debbie Does Dallas about in Wheeler County, Texas. Shout out on Debbie. We love Debbie on this side. But order on defendant's motion to suppress on the 19th day of May 2010. Defendant's motion to suppress came on for hearing. Upon consideration of the testimony and exhibits before the court, it is the opinion of the court that defendant's motion to suppress evidence should be denied. It is therefore ordered that the defendant's motion to suppress evidence is denied. He wanted to suppress the evidence under a illegal search and seizure argument, and that motion to suppress was denied May 19, 2010, and then March 7, 2011, it was dismissed in the interest of justice. So, let me stop sharing this and bring it back to the content. But that's one of the first lies that they're in narratives they're trying to paint over there, that it was dismissed illegal search and seizure. No, we just read that was denied. Let's get back to the content. Nasty work. These niggas just lie, but they got a reason to lie. Let's go.
That Wack100 gets into it with the East Coast Crip, man. The Crip says that Wack100 accused him of snitching. It says that Wack100 is lying. Wack100 says, no, you told on like 6, 7 of your homies. An argument ensues, and Wack100 challenges the Crip to a fade. It is interesting. I'm going to let y'all get to it. Shout out to Wack100. Shout out to 100 ENT. This is Getty Radio. Let's go.
What up on these hills?
So now you saying he didn't rat?
No, I'm saying for to get that 20, he got a post conviction.
Yeah, no, the 55. Yeah, we don't know. We waiting on it. Old boy told me today.
That nigga Wack100 is a straight mark. That nigga got on no jumper. He said I was a rat and I told on 5 niggas. Come on, cuz. You can't even make that shit official. You a straight.
You did. You told on 5 of your homies. They called me. East Coast.
How? Where?
You want to meet me on 89th and Mary?
With the homies.
This nigga Uno, man.
You want to meet me on 89th and Mary?
I had the homies slap the shit out you.
Do you want to meet me on 89th and Mary?
Nigga, I ain't never told on.
Do you want to meet me on 89th and Mary?
Nothing.
That's East Coast hood. Do you want to meet me today in East Coast hood on 89th and Mary? Yo, somebody asked him. Do you want to meet me on 89th and Mary? That's East Coast hood.
But my nigga, if you from where you from, why do you feel the need to argue with a Damu about where you from?
Do you want to meet me on 89th and Mary, nigga? We can meet there.
Wait, these y'all. Nasty work.
But that's my secondary. We can meet
Mary today. Not the Mary and get you slapped.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, we gonna meet over there. Okay, listen to me.
Was that guy? My boy, that's your boy. He just called you.
Hey, Uno can't be a real one because he ain't take that offer up, man. If your name real in this street, I'm not no street nigga, but if you...
We not talking about Uno. We were... Man, listen, that was the distraction, deflected distract. He might have paid Uno a cash app just to do that, to take the situation off the situation.
Nah, he ain't do that. He ain't do that. Nah.
Bro, when have you ever heard, think about this, AJ. AJ, when have you ever heard on this app that Uno told on 4 or 5 of his homies?
I don't know, because it's been, he's not been reputable. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been.
Nah, but you ain't heard no shit like that, bro.
He be acting funny for real.
No, okay, him acting funny and hearing that this man told on 4 or 5 cases in 2-3 years on this app is a major difference, bro.
But like I said, I'm not a street nigga though.
Well, we not talking about you. What I'm saying is this. You can't, from the beginning since we've been on here, not one person ever heard of this. As soon as you got P and Fox pressing this nigga about paperwork, this nigga Uno come up in here talking about why you telling people I snitched and this and that. You did. You snitched on 4 or 5 of your homies. Nigga, that's cat. Nigga, we ain't never heard that. Nigga, that was the distraction. And you, yeah.
So why ODM Slim ain't never said that about him?
Bro, ODM Slim is not just him. My boy Tank Low for First Street East Coast. Nigga, they ain't never said no shit like that about him. Wack used that to spin and take the heat off of him. But let's get back to it. We was talking about Statistician 280 over here jacking Wack off. Hold on.
Are we gonna meet over there? That's cool. Do you want to meet over there? 80, that's not your hood. That's more my hood than your hood, nigga. Do you want to meet on 89th? Okay. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yo, it's a yes or no.
I'm not from 89 though.
That's East Coast though.
Bear from 89 slap the shit out you.
That's City Bear does party.
You gotta slap him.
That's East Coast neighborhood. Why you don't want to meet an East Coast neighborhood? Why you?
Hell, that nigga turned to a Wack100 parody. That's crazy, bro.
Wait, that's that?
Yeah. You gotta do it.
don't want to meet in East Coast neighborhood.
Nigga, that's my hood though.
Okay, let's meet over there.
Yeah, meet over
I'm
there.
from Pine Wood.
Meet them, nigga.
Because he know, nigga, they gonna let me.
One of those crowns I have here fell. I put some like
Max him out. He know that.
From the pack.
Bro,
Nigga, meet me in the pack.
Yeah, you hear it. Yeah,
meet me in the pack. Nigga.
That's what I thought. That's East Coast neighborhood.
Not coming to the
Listen,
hood.
that's East Coast Crip neighborhood. I'm a Paul Rule, you and Coast.
Yeah,
that's
you
my
clout chasing.
secondary.
You supposed to go crash out. He's
not gonna do it.
He
know when I get over there, they gonna let me max him out. He know that. He knows that. That Crip hood right there from East Coast is gonna treat Wack like I'm from there. He know that. He know that. We can meet on 89th and Mary in East Coast hood, and I'll beat the fuck out of you, nigga.
Stop lying.
Y'all bitches is out of order over here.
Nah, but y'all got to go back to the paperwork thing, because that was the sidebar.
Hey, why you speaking up my name on no jumper though, you old ass nigga? And why you
talk about it again today?
About my name though?
I'm gonna talk about it again today. I'm on my way right now. Hey, matter of fact, do you want to meet me at No Jump? I'll be there in 45 minutes.
Man about Uno,
do you want the address?
You bringing up my
I'll
name
be there in 45 minutes. You want to pull up?
Hey, what happened to the paperwork talk? You used some information.
I gave it all to her. Niggas right there. What else you want? Cash for Delroy Jones. April 15, 2005. Willard County, Texas. Shamrock, Texas. It's right, niggas right.
Hey, Nina, you looking it up so y'all can pull it up in real time.
You already got the dismissal. Shit. The other shit should be hard to buy.
Hey, Wack, you can walk us through that dismissal?
My nigga, all you got to do is go to Google right now.
You tell everything else.
Look, this all you got to do, bro.
Listen for the 64th
listen to me. This is all you got to do, bro. Listen, this is all you got to do. Go to Google. Matter of fact, I'll read it for y'all because I just you can go to Google, put State of Texas dismissal, interest of justice definition, and it's gonna tell you. But here,
I'm glad he said that. Hold on, we gonna stop right here for this one. The definition of an interest of justice. Hold on, we got a couple. It's a couple different definitions, but it's kind of like a checklist. Like you can check the list, and you can see you can cross some off. But let me see. Wrong one. That's Debbie McLaughlin. Shout out Debbie Does Dallas. Debbie Does Dallas. Okay, that's about how far it is from the FBI station. Boom. Okay, there we go. Oh, y'all can't see it. Let me share this with y'all. Boom. My bad. I thought y'all could see it the whole time. Okay. Yes, cooperation. Let me blow this up because my eyes is kind of bad right now. Yes, cooperation can be a factor in a case being dismissed in the interest of justice. In some cases, the value of a defendant's cooperation can outweigh the interest in prosecuting them. Cooperation can be considered a mitigating factor that can help a defendant gain credit in a case. So yeah, that could be a factor. But other reasons cases could be dismissed is a whole different what you call it. But in the interest of justice, it don't look too good because you could be telling this. That's what it's telling you right there. You could be telling to get your case dismissed in the interest of justice. Cooperation, nigga. Outweigh the crime you got. What crime do we got? A pistol, extra ammunition, a gauge, extra ammunition, and a chopstick with extra ammunition. 800 rounds of ammunition. A felon caught with that in a state that says don't fuck with Texas on your way in the door. But it was in the interest of justice for the prosecutor and the judge to make a decision not to prosecute him a year, well, not even a whole year, 10 months after denying his motion to suppress. I don't know. Y'all make it make sense. We're going to get back to the content.
Keyway Conversations. Yeah, that. Hey, bro. Hey, listen. And Debbie knew how to keep her mouth closed. She pleaded the fifth on the. She's a clerk that worked at the Wheeler County, and she knew how to plead the fifth. I guarantee CS2 back didn't want to do that no more.
Hey, Keyway pop star, man, you might have to take one for the team with Debbie.
Nah, brother, you got that, big dog. Tell Maria, it's okay, Maria. He's gonna step out for a second.
No, Maria, chop my shit off, nigga. But let's see. So what they got? Let's hear the comments while we doing this. Let's go.
No big deal. Right?
Is that the favor Fez owed you?
State case, my nigga. What that got to do with the feds? Bro?
Nah, look
y'all niggas
all
say
that
a bunch
shit
of
up.
dumbass shit.
You was a felon catching gun charges.
I've never been a life dummy ever. Get your mind right, bro. Y'all can't fight me with the lie.
You need to take that off of Facebook and Instagram. That's what you need to do.
Keep talking. It's gonna go up on somebody else on Blueface shit. Keep talking.
But Wack,
so this is what it says, right? Here you go. Dismissal in the interest of justice allows a court to dismiss a procedural proper but unjust or unjustifiable cause of action. A dismissal refers to the court's decision to terminate a court case without imposing liability on the defendant. Illegal search and seizure. Go get.
This nigga really telling them it was dismissed under illegal search and seizure. He got to reading what a dismissal was and then added illegal search and seizure. Hold on, back that up. We just read the motion. It was denied by the court. His shit was in the interest of justice. That's what got his case throughout in the interest of justice.
To dismiss a procedural proper but unjust or unjustifiable cause of action. A dismissal refers to the court's decision to terminate a court case without imposing liability on the defendant. Illegal search and seizure. Go get to work. How you get to the trunk? Go get to work. My brother was
getting the paperwork.
And these niggas ain't nobody over there challenging them. Here go Mogul Giant. He said you got fake paperwork. I don't know. Every page of paperwork I got the docket number on there. You can pull it up. In fact, the guy that he said, the cop, detective that he brought, Greg Kading, saying that that's what the paperwork say, CS2 back. So a nigga can say anything. He say, she say. Do you got enough common sense to go do the research? It's on social media and determine whether or not it was real or not. We got all the interviews. I mean, if I could get it, you could get it too.
Go get it. Posted got it. They got the dismissal. Why you can't go get to work?
When Posted was reading, they said they threw out that fucking illegal. They denied that illegal feature.
Go get to work then, nigga. You got a dismissal.
So he's trying to say that there's arguing with him that the motion to suppress was denied. What I just showed you, it was denied because he's saying, go get the paperwork, nigga. Go get the paperwork. Because he done probably paid E-Bands because E-Bands took the video down and all of the paperwork is gone. But we just showed you that the motion to suppress was denied. But this is what the rat nigga over there is saying.
Listen, look, you got the dismissal. Yeah. The paperwork is going to break down how it led to the dismissal.
In the interest of justice.
Now, what's crazy is you just heard Fox say, wait. Fox, so you agreeing, admitting that Posty got to work, right?
He read it on Clubhouse.
Okay, there, go get to work.
But we can't find it.
Now, hold on, Udo.
Who was in the
I'm
car
on my way
with
to No Jumper right now.
Who was in the car with you?
Wait, are you going to meet me down there?
Hey, he gone.
Okay.
Yeah, he gone. Who was in the car with you, what?
My brother, Robert Jones. You want me to bring him on Clubhouse? My older brother. He never went to court. He caught a case about 6 months later and went to the pen. He was in the pen.
You gonna bring him on Clubhouse when you gonna bring him on?
He went to the pen. I don't know. I'm hearing he might have gave his brother up on the dope case. That's what I keep hearing. I ain't got no proof, but that's definitely been in the air. Got down on his own brother. What a piece of shit.
Who did that?
Well, that's what they said CS2 back did.
Which brother? The big brother?
Yeah, Bob Jones, the one that was on the in the car with him when they got caught with the 800 rounds of ammunition.
Hey, Bob, tap in. We need to
the
know.
One that was sleeping. That nigga had to shit on himself. That nigga was over there playing sleep. Nigga, he like, oh man, I got a boo. Nigga, we got all these guns and this bitch
Hey, shut up. Hey, blood, act like you bleep. Hey, act bleep, and they ain't gonna see the guns in the car. Act bleep. Hey, sir. Hey, this Trooper Chase. Hey, Mr. Cash, could you step out? Hey, what's up? I got the flap jackets on the line. Hey, what's up, Damu? Nah, bro, them ain't no Trooper Chase ain't a Damu, and your brother can't sleep his way about this case. He said he stood in for. Who said they stood in for his brother? He stood in for.
Said he stood in for his brother in the Texas court dates because his brother couldn't miss that money at work. Big Bessie said him and his brother just went. They had to wait till after lunch to go to court so they could put a lawyer to represent him, bro.
Deuce, can I ask? Let me ask this in the chat. If anybody ever heard of somebody standing in for a person that's incarcerated like themselves, please put that in the chat. You can't stand in for somebody, nigga, when y'all both in the crime. This nigga stupid.
Unless you pass the bar exam.
Oh man.
Yeah, they shit out. Yeah, Texas is bamming your ass. No cap, definitely when he got caught. Yeah, telling is the first thing highlighted on the list. But yeah, this nigga got the lion. Let's go.
Clubhouse.
Bring him on Clubhouse and then we'll. But if you bring him on Clubhouse, are other people allowed to ask him?
I want to give what you asking.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to be present in that room. I want to ask him some questions.
What you asking? He never seen the courtroom. He went to the pen in the state of California. I had to call into the fucking bail bondsman people, notify them, and I fought the whole case. That was it. I wasn't never going to jail anyway. It wouldn't have been. Listen,
anyway.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that nigga said I wasn't never going to jail anyway.
Hey, we got a super chat from Incline with the 1999 cold game shaking my head. Brother Incline, we appreciate you for everything. The donation for the 1999 donation. Blessings to you and your family. Anything given to the Damu Keyway Conversation team is highly appreciated. Hey.
Yeah. Nasty work. This nigga, hey, he don't do good on defense.
Look, here go the
You said that you had 800 rounds, right? You said 800 rounds. How much guns and ammo?
I had about shit. It was probably about 6, 7 back there in that trunk. Or 6 or 7. Yeah. You know, let's go spell it all out in paperwork.
And you was in Shamrock and transition.
Something's got a hold on me.
Let's go ahead and fix it.
Now go to Oklahoma, right?
I was 40 miles from the Oklahoma border, nigga. Literally.
Okay, so this correlates with your big brother.
Well, my big brother is exactly, nigga. He was killed, nigga, April 14th.
Right.
Yeah, nigga, you know what's happening. Shit, you know where niggas was going. Nigga didn't know what he was going into. You don't go to them situations to come back. Nigga didn't know what he was going into.
Greg, why you just can't go get to work to clear all this up? And why you just can't get to work and run it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Go get the work. I'm gonna bring my brother on here. See, here go the thing, right? I was not. Is that's 280 I'm talking to?
No, that was someone else who asked the question.
Okay, listen. See, Stats, here goes the twist, right? I'm the baby, right? I was never going to jail anyway, regardless of how it turned out. You understand what I'm saying? We Joneses, my nigga. Same mama, same daddy. Now, I'm telling you this, because when he come in here, he gonna say, my brother wasn't going to jail regardless. Whatever it turned out, he wasn't going. So, I wasn't never in no jeopardy. I just spent $300-400 to beat the shit because I know they couldn't get to the trunk. Ain't nobody on parole, probation, ain't no motherfucking drugs. You ain't got no reason to go in the trunk. Once you give me a speeding ticket and give me my credentials back and release me, unless I commit another infraction.
On that paperwork, it said that.
Unless I commit another infraction.
Bro, he tried to make that argument on his motion to suppress, and it was denied, bro. This nigga literally arguing the legal argument that was argued in his motion to suppress to these niggas on Clubhouse, like, and they're gonna believe it, even though the court said, nah, nigga, that shit don't hold in this court, because there still was multiple reasons for him to have reasonable suspicion that you was acting suspicious. Spooky Johnson. The nigga was Spooky J, nigga. Hold on. And this nigga arguing the legal. He know they too dumb. Bro, one thing I learned, bro, you niggas, I thank God that while I was in jail, I at least tried to teach myself something. And it just happened to be my position was to check niggas' work when they hit the yard. So I was always in the law library hanging out with all of the white collar guys, because they look for those gray areas in the law or whatever, so that they could work the system legally without going to jail type shit. But one thing I understand is that a lot of people don't understand how to read paperwork. They don't know what the fuck to look for. They don't know how to look for it. They don't know what they have a right to as being a member of the public and what they don't have a right to, right? So when he's going into his legal argument, which was the legal argument, we could get into that right now. Let me see if y'all want to, because most of y'all already got that, man. Hopefully y'all don't want to get back into that. Let's finish this. If y'all want to get back into that, we gonna work for y'all, man. We appreciate y'all showing up. Hit that like, show a little bit of appreciation. This shit is for free. That like button, hitting that is for free. Let's finish this. If y'all want to get into the work, we will get into the work.
It was reasonable because your window wouldn't roll all the way down. It only cracked. That's cat. Said it wouldn't go no more.
That's lying.
I'm in a motherfucking rental, dummy. What you talking about? Exactly.
Remind me when I read the paperwork where Fox just told them one of the suspicions that they had was that the rental car window, driver's side window wouldn't roll down all the way. That's usually a sign that traffickers have dope or something stuck in between the doors.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Can I read that super chat real quick, brother?
Oh, hold on, brother. Brother. When he defected. When the brother defected.
Well, this ain't no defected super chat. This is from Tiffany with the $5 super chat. Salute, salute, salute. Smash that like button. Pow, pow, pow. Henny gang. Henny's in the chat. ETE, Chucks, Diamonds, Yael, and all the real ones. Salute with the 100. Hey, Tiffany, we appreciate you. Superwoman with the PTR, we appreciate you. Anything given to the Damo Keyway Conversation team is appreciated, man. Bless you and your family, man, from Damo Keyway Conversation.
Damo Keyway Conversation. But yeah, this nigga really arguing that. So the nigga, I sent that's crazy. I sent P and Fox the paperwork. I don't know how they didn't bust out with it when he said go get the work. I gave him the work. He already know I'm gonna run circles around this dumb ass. He ain't gonna even try to debate me on the shit. Cause he know he's down bad. Hold on.
That's cat. And they said the window wouldn't go all the way down. That's what Post was. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Listen, hey, listen to me. So in the paperwork, it's gonna tell you
he got the paperwork.
We took Mr. Jones' information, went back to the car, ran him for speeding, nigga, and came back and gave me a ticket for speeding. Once they take your
Picture this. You're sitting at home alone watching YouTube videos, wondering why you can't find the motivation to do the things you need or want to do, or
shit, you in custody. When they give you your credentials back, or whatever citation, you are now out of custody. Unless they get a call in to say he's wanted or he has a warrant or they see something, right? At that point in time, you have no probable cause to pull me out the vehicle. And even if you do pull me out the vehicle, my nigga, you have no probable cause to search. And even if you do decide to search inside of the vehicle, everybody know when you go to fucking with that truck, you really need probable cause. The drug dog came out, ran around that motherfucker for 10 minutes, no hit. Go get to work. Nigga, y'all know about the case because I told y'all about it.
So that's 2 lies that I want y'all to catch up that he's over there spinning to him. So all of you guys that's on Clubhouse, that's on the internet, when you get the opportunity, make sure you hold those. He lied to Fox and said that they never utilized him not being able to roll the driver's side window all the way down as part of the suspicion, which made a legal search of his car. He's saying that the police dog arrived in 10 minutes. They didn't get no hit on the car, so they illegally searched the car. That's a lie. You're going to hear the report that the K9 was brought out and got an immediate hit on the passenger side of the car, right? So this nigga is blatantly lying. Why is he lying about what happened with this case? In the interest of justice.
I'm acting like y'all discovered it. Wack told y'all about his case. Go get it. And I'll bring my stat. I'll bring him on here and let you talk to him first. No problem.
State. You said it was a state case?
State, all state. I ain't never had a fair case in life.
You're a felon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a felon? Yes. All right. So,
Well, not right now. I'm not. Back then I was.
Oh, all right.
I'm not a felon right now. No.
Do the science. Do the science. So when you got arrested, were you a felon at that time? With the gun?
Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
On parole though. No paper.
All right, no paper. On parole.
Hold on. Did y'all just see this comment? Mogul Giant said, why did his paperwork say motion to suppress was granted and yours was something fishy? I just showed you the motion to suppress. You want to see it again? Mogul Giant, you're not a mogul and you're not a giant. Seem like you got a small brain or you slow, bro. Hold on. Let me show you something so you can just admit that you's a dick rider that's cool with and rock with rats, nigga. Just say that. Don't come over here insulting our intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Don't insult our credibility, nigga. You underdig what I'm saying? You don't know where the fuck you at? Damu Keyway conversations, you gotta have receipts, my nigga. Let me show y'all this shit again. That's crazy. This nigga really said the motion to suppress, case number and everything.
She was all overworked and what happened?
So you got, am I sharing this? No, I'm not even sharing it yet. Mogul Giant, the self-proclaimed Mogul Giant. We got something for you since you slow, since you was wearing that helmet on that short bus. You see that stamp right there? You see the day that it's stamped from court that authorizes a legal document and stamp from this court, January 29th, right? You see the sentences, you see the number up here, the state of Texas versus Cash McElroy Jones in the 31st Judicial District Court in Fort Wheeler County, Texas. Order on defendant's motion to suppress on June 19. Let me let my dog out. Go. Had to let the dog out. She was barking. Maria just must have got home. On the 19th day of May 2010, defendant's motion to suppress came on for a hearing. Upon consideration of the testimony and exhibits before the court, is in the opinion of the court that defendant's motion to suppress evidence should be denied. It is therefore ordered that defendant's motion to suppress evidence is denied. So, as I said, you're not a mogul, the self-proclaimed mogul. You're definitely wrong. Now, the motion to dismiss in the interest of justice, now that was approved. That's how he got off the case. You see this? This is a year later, March 7th, the Hood Day, 3/7, 2011. Now comes the state of Texas by and through her attorney and respectfully request The court dismissed above entitled and numbered calls charging the defendant with UN unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon for the reason other in the interest of justice. Wherefore it is prayed that the above entitled and numbered calls be dismissed, signed and dated this March 7th, 2011. That was the motion to dismiss, which is different from the motion to suppress. Motion to suppress is to get rid of the evidence. And then right here, you have the stamp at the bottom. Let me pull it up. You see the court stamp. Every page. Authenticity, nigga. Something they lack on the 100 side. The state's motion to dismiss having been presented to me on this 8th day of March 2011 and the same having been considered, it is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the above entitled and numbered calls be the same is hereby dismissed. It was dismissed in the interest of justice. The motion to suppress was denied, killer. The motion to suppress was denied. So you can go over there if you want to keep acting stupid and just not be obvious that, you know what I'm saying, you part of the Oscar Mayer Mafia, you know what I'm saying? We don't swing on that side of the fence over here. I mean, if that's your thing, you know what I'm saying, go over there with CS2 back, 3-finger back, 3-finger whack, you know what I'm saying, and naughty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was the content. We don't even got to get back into that shit. Let me see who want to see that paperwork. I think we got Henny saying it already. We could play that for y'all. Or better yet, we got something better for y'all, man. We got something better for y'all, man. Sound fishy. Mogul Giant. Yeah, Yael a fool. They got the content. Yeah. What you do, Yael? Hell no. Damn, he told on his brother, cold nigga, for real. Yeah, bro. He's a piece of shit. Mogul Giant talking about why. Nigga, when he defected, yeah.
When that brother, Mark Stevens was like, when he was talking to, was he talking to Shaq, Deuce?
Huh?
When he said he was defected, who was he talking to? He was talking, oh no, he was doing the interview, huh?
No, he was talking, yeah, he was doing the interview with me.
I can only imagine the conversations him and Shaq was having. Hey, Mark, don't ever bring that guy around me again. Hey, look, brother, listen. That brother's defected, Shaq. He'll never come around again.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
Nasty doodle work, man. That's that Bucci boy.
Defected. Not the Bucci boy. We got Scandalous Los Angeles TV in the building. Shout out Smoked Out TV. Shout out the Henny Gang. What this nigga talk about? What's Scandalous talk about? Salute. Matter of fact, I got some audio I might be able to play for y'all. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear it. Let me see. Cause we do got the whole Mark Stevens interview. We do got that. You know, we chopped it up for the documentary, but we definitely could play that CS2. Matter of fact, let's get into it real quick. You got something else, and then we're gonna get out. Everybody hit that like button on your way in. Share, tell a friend. We finna go ahead and play this. Let's get right to it. Video. Let's get into this. Job on keyway. Conversation.
Your fundraising efforts fuel the life-saving.
He wanted to reach out.
There you go.
So, where we was at? Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal, business partner.
You get a phone
targets
call
an investigation.
From Wack100, Cash Jones, and when he contact you, what did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Del Dog, rest in peace. And he wanted to give Del Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox, right? It's like he was getting information from Stutterbox on what his plan was and what the get down was gonna be. And he wanted to talk to the homie and
he's talking about Wack100, the same person that that Greg Kading tried to argue had nothing to do with the Main Street case. He had nothing to do with the Main Street case, but he was the one that set Mark Stevens up to meet Suge to sign Ray J. He was hired as Ray J's security guard, but he has nothing to do with this inner circle of the Main Street Crips, the targets of the federal investigation. Let's go.
Talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him. And he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line.
Smart man. Rest in peace to Del Dog, man. So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you?
Well, the homie Del Dog never trusted dude. You follow me?
Right.
So Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't gonna chance it. You follow me?
Right.
But it was later on. It was later on after they took the case to they was taking it all away because the homie ain't had no choice. You know, he was facing a life sentence, so he had to take it all away. And with all the lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery, and that's when we found out that the lines was compromised.
And as soon when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretaps? The
whole transcript. I got the whole transcripts. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretaps.
And do you, in that paperwork, do you see
he got all of the transcripts from the wiretaps, transcribed wiretaps. The paperwork that he said I have that Wacking him is saying is fake. From the target. Shaquille O'Neal, business partner, and Mark Stevens were the targets. They were alleged to have had this man kidnapped, pistol whipped, and tortured, robbed. But y'all don't think he would be able to give me this paperwork? That he would have to make some fake paperwork? Get real, bro. This man's a sports agent. Ron Artest, Pac-Man Jones, Shaquille O'Neal. Come on, man.
The conversation with do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. That was the initiating when they started recording.
Right. And how did they refer to Cash Jones?
In the paperwork they put him as Back, B-A-C-K. And
correct.
I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as Back because he a blood. So it's Back. And I said, oh, okay.
And was this Back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well, man, I'm glad that the truth.
So here you got Mark Stevens saying that confidential source 2 Back is Wack100, that his attorneys told him that was Wack100 on the phone with him, Because when he's reading the paperwork, he said, I ain't talked to no back. I don't know no back. Nah, that's Wack100. He's the confidential source.
Was able to come out, and it's sad.
But bigger than that, but bigger than that, homie, right? You know, I watched dude, man. He said some things about the big homie Shaq, you know, that wasn't true. He said some things like he been trying to destroy the big homie Big U name, and I'm seeing and watching this, and I called the big homie U. We was talking. I said, yo, when you get into Atlanta, man, come see me. Because I had what I had for years. And when I gave it to the homie, I said, man, you read it. Because it was a big-ass textbook of shit. And the homie just sided with what was right. He said, I can't fuck with dude no more. And that was the end of that.
Until Wack started attacking, and that's when Wack started attacking him with false.
Him being Big U. G-Mac, 2 and 1, 2 P's, 1 B. That's Pacoima Paru Bloods for you slow niggas, not from the culture. He said his older brother said they dropped the case because the DA caught a case with an underage minor. Damn, that's a whole nother story. This shit get deeper and deeper. That's coming from Pacoima, man. So maybe that's what he believed. Maybe that's what Wack told him.
Allegations and all of this online weird shit, right?
Correct, because the homie Big U asked me why I didn't fuck with the nigga, and I said, when you pull up, I'm gonna show you. I want you to read it. And when he read it, he was like, oh, okay, I see why you don't fuck with the nigga. I can't fuck with the nigga. And that was it.
Wait, how long was it from when you first got it that you met you in Atlanta to show him the work?
I got the paperwork from the attorneys probably in, I want to say 12 or 13, because it was a series of, you know, remember the incident happened in 07, 06, 07, but Box had went to prison. He called a drug case, so he went to prison, and they waited to almost the last month of the statute of limitations to go get the homies from Main Street. Right. So it had been about a 5-year period from the time that had happened to the time that they came and got the big homies. And then once how
did you feel about you waiting that long now?
Well, he chastised me, and I never, one of the things, bro, and it's like it's the slippery slope, as people say, right? Like on one end, Wack, the nigga, he wasn't doing no harm, right? He was just trying to move around and be the tough guy. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, okay, that's what you want to do, cool. But then it went from that to, I heard what he was saying about the big homie Shaq, and then I heard what he said about Big U, and that's when I picked up the phone. I said, hey, you, man, I want you to read something, man. And then once you read it, once you know. That's Quran. That's the Holy Quran. Once you know, you're accountable for what you know. And when he read it, he said, okay, I see why you don't fuck with dude. I can't fuck with dude. And that was it. Let me tell you something, man. I probably haven't seen nor talked to Wack in years, and, I wish everybody success and happiness, but not on the basis of lies.
Right.
And
not on the, and really indicative of your character, Mark, because you have a whole campaign publicly of a brother that's heavy in our community positively, helping get these kids graduated from school and into football and all of these other positive things.
Great question, Anthony. My boy Anthony said, why would a prosecutor win the motion to suppress and then turn around 10 months later and give a dismissal on the grounds that in the interest of justice? They have all the leverage. They just won against the motion to suppress. You know why. Whatever he gave them was
and
worth
he
more
smut
than
his
him
name through the mud just
guns.
because he decided not to deal with him.
And brother, well put. Look, I call the homie Big U all the time. I call him the naked truth. And he always be like, why you call me the naked truth? I said, because Wack is the well-dressed lie. You know, it's an old parable about truth and lie when swimming. And, you know, lie jumped out the water and put on truth clothes. So you had a well-dressed lie, but then truth got out the water and it was naked. So you got the naked truth that's trying to run down a well-dressed lie. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, you know, it is what it is with the homies.
Well, yeah, man. Well, I know you a businessman and you stay on positive shit, man. I'm sorry that we had to even delve into these negative accusations that got a lot of people, good people, name caught up in it. But we needed to get the truth where truth appears, falsehood disappears, man. And I wanted to hear that for myself, man.
Man, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. And, you know, God bless. But like I said, man, you know, it's a lot of things is just a well-dressed lie. That's all I can say.
Right. And that's what Cass Jones is. He is the well-dressed lie.
Yeah, and Big U is the naked truth. You know, it is what it is. He always stood on the side of truth. He ain't never wavered from that. From the time I gave him that paperwork, I watched him take assault after assault because he just did the right thing. He just said, I can't fuck with you.
And I'm so glad that he ain't responded publicly to these negative lies because he's above that shit. Let him stay low and you just stay high. Don't let this man trick you up off the street or the feeling like you got to address every lie he makes up every day.
Well, and then you got to understand too, bro, it's, you know, like I told you about throwing a rock and hiding your hand. You know, what's the motive for throwing the rock to begin with? Like, we know the rocks is being thrown, but what's the motive? Like, you know, like, only thing I saw the homie Big U do, put out a great documentary on hip hop. I see him, man, putting these kids through college and sending them like I'm trying to understand what's the motive, or it's a motive that we can't comprehend because we don't think on those levels. You feel me?
Hey, that's perfectly said. And I'm gonna tell you this: in all of my life, being from the community of South Central Los Angeles, only time I ever heard of a public artificial dissemination of disinformation was through COINTELPRO and J. Edgar Hoover, man. And I'm just gonna drop that jewel and let you go, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
Likewise,
brother. All right, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Hey, hold on. I don't think that was the one. It was two Mark Stevens. What you call this? I'm gonna give y'all the content. Hit that like button, man. Let me shut this down. I might just be able to have to play it right here. We done lost Yael. Let me turn on this audio on Clubhouse so they'll be able to hear it. That girl Henny. Everybody follow that girl Henny on Clubhouse. She's new on here. Let's run her shit up. The queen is in the building. Let's see if we can play. What up? What up? Let's see if we can get this going for y'all, because I think I got the content. Hold on.
Okay. All right, we back on. Okay, I'm with you 1 second. Hold on.
Can y'all hear that? Sound defective, my nigga.
Hey, 1 second. My shit fucked up. Hold on.
Kip say rap 100. Is this the audio? Damn.
Hey, you hear me? Yeah, the fucking call keep dropping. My bad, bro. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna text him so he can call me. That'll be better. Man, I hate these iPhones. I'm technologically illiterate, bro. I need a Galaxy or a flip phone.
Let me see. Is this it?
And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him in back because to get the discovery. And that's when we found out that the lines was compromised. And as soon when you get the discovery was part of that, the actual wiretaps, the whole transcript. I got the whole transcripts. The whole transcripts of the whole.
That's not the one. That's the one we just heard, man. My bad. But we got a couple of them backing up. Just bear with us. Y'all getting some exclusive content, my nigga.
We got Mr.
Here we go.
Go in there and draw. That's it. Just Mark. Okay, just Mark. Let me get my boy. So.
Give me ones in the chat if y'all can hear it.
Yeah. I got the audio right now. What's going on? I'm here. All right, we on. We got Mark Stevens.
Damo Keyway Conversations.
Hey, Mark, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me? Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Salute Mark Stevens. This is the way to salute everybody. Salute. Yes, sir. So I just had a back and forth with Wack. He claiming that DJ, what's the brother name? Rest in peace. K-Slay was still fucking with him while he was dead, and that they were putting Nipsey and YG and all of them on. And I told him, bro, you a fucking lying. K-Slay wasn't even fucking with you at the time of his death, bro. K-Slay was being managed by whole other people. Why is he trying to push false narrative? He's like, what? You don't know nothing. You don't even know. I said, listen, bro. So he said, well, look at this. He showed a PTR which showed that Stutterbox message and said they on with Mark right now. Stupid or something to that effect. He said, so you talk. I said, so you admit that I talked to Mark Stevens this morning? Yeah, I already know that. Well, listen, bro. What I do also understand is that you wasn't managing him at the time. You're lying about that. You try to steal the rights to Sexy Canna. Well, not the rights, but you try to receive royalties off of Sexy Canna.
Let me stop that right there. So Yael, can you shout out to the super chat, and then I'm gonna break down that fact that Wack100 then tried to go get royalties, collect royalties off Sexy Canna from E1 as if he had something to do with that deal, and he didn't. Sexy Canna was released. It was a big hit, but it was released by Deja 34, Shaquille O'Neal, and Mark Steven label. Yeah. Oh, well, y'all busy. It said y'all could be private investigators. Y'all all over cuz. At first, Wack100 could just lie and nobody catches it. Fuck a lawyer. I'm calling Damu Kiwe to help me with my case. Hey, salute to always positive, man. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm the Johnny Cockroach of prison lawyers, nigga. Not Johnny Cochran, rest in peace, but Johnny Cockroach. Let's go, man. Let me get back into this. Wack is a dirtbag piece of shit. The nigga Mark Stevens puts him with Ray J as a security guard. And the nigga, after the deal's over, and the nigga double back trying to gain collect royalties off a song he had no ownership of. Nasty work.
Percent of the record, and so does Ray J. He denied that. Can you clarify how that went first? Yeah, we did a joint venture, Knockout and Deja 34 Records. We did a joint venture, and I own 50% of the album. He owned 50% of the album. Ray J was signed to Deja. How did you obtain Ray J to get ownership of that record? All right, so Ray J apparently had some dealings with signed with Death Row and Suge. And long story short, Stutterbox brought me to Ray J. When I went to Ray J, I took him right to Allen Grumblack and Koch Records. They informed me they couldn't touch him because it was the politics with Suge and Death Row that had to be clarified first, and a debt had to be paid before they was willing to move forward. Wack called Suge and set up a meeting for me. I met Suge probably 3 times. The last time we met, we was in Vegas. We went to the Patton Mayweather fight, and then that night, we smoked cigars, we went to the suite, and we hammered out a deal, and we did the deal where he released them from everything, and he was able to sign with Koch, Deja 34, and do the joint venture with Knockout. Right. And at this time and period, y'all was still kosher with Wack100 with Cash Jones. Y'all hadn't came about on the information of his involvement as confidential source 2 back, which is in the paperwork. Well, correct, because I was the one who put Wack with Ray J and Koch because I wanted somebody to look over him while he was on the West Coast and he had to deliver this album. And because Ray J, he was claiming blood, I put him with Wack, and that's how they got tight. It was a security issue at first. He was his security. And Wack even brought him to New York.
So, for those who not keeping up, Mark Stevens rewards Wack100 for setting up the interview with him and Suge to get Ray J out of a contract that most people say was never really a contract. He just got worked out the money because Suge acted as if he had paperwork on Ray J. But he gets him out of that, get Ray J signed. He said because he claimed blood and Wack claimed blood, he needed somebody to look out for Ray J on the West Coast. So he put Wack as security for Ray J. Security. He put him there.
He brought him to my hometown. He took him several places, but he was his security. And then after my album was done and we didn't have any more dealings, I guess that's when he started managing Ray J. Okay. So that's the only thing with that. And at the time of DJ K-Slave's demise, rest in peace to the brother, he was not fucking with Wack100, right? Man, rest in peace to the homie, man, K-Slave. K-Slave was actually writing a book. He was writing.
DJ K-Slave at the time of his death was not cool with or fucking with Wack100. He was writing a book about all the fake fuck shit he seen from that nigga, both of them dealing with Deja 34.
Taking a book. And you know, in the book he was telling all the real, you know, and it was funny because he used to call me because he used to be like, yo, you hear all these lies being told, and I said, yeah, bro, but you know, I wasn't on the internet game like that. You know what I'm saying? I was doing other things. I got invitations, you know, to sit down and talk about what took place, but I never did. But you know, Slay was real pissed at that shit in his last days because he felt like dude was just, you know, he was portraying something in a role that he really wasn't. He didn't come in the game like that. You know, who put him in the game was me and K Slay. That's who put him in the game. And he was security.
Mark Stevens and DJ K Slay put Wack100 in the game.
For Ray J. That's how he started out. He was security. Okay, so
he was security.
You owned the Sexy Can I Record 50%, and Ray J owned 50%, right? Yes, sir. And once they started returning publishing after the new laws passed with the DMCA and all of that, at some point did Wack100 try to go claim royalties on a record that you hold the intellectual property to? No, let me tell you what happened, man. When it was time for royalties to start being dispersed on the album, you know, I didn't even know, you know, I get a call from Wack because he told me that some money was owed to K Slay. Because I did an album with K Slay too. So he said, yo, man, you know, I know you got a royalty check, but some of that money belongs to K Slay. Now, you got to factor in, first of all, I talk to Slay all the time. I didn't know where he had got this misinformation from, right? But I do know he had a relationship with cops. So long story short, I called Slay. I said, look, homie, if I owe you anything, it ain't nothing to pay, you know, but let's go ahead and wait for the royalties, all the paperwork to come, and we're going to see what's owed to who. Long story short, I didn't owe anybody. But what it did show me was, and to this day, Wack has never called and said, yo, man, it was my bad. I had misinformation. You know, that was your royalty check that you were supposed to get off of Sexy Can I. You know, he always just put himself in the middle of something and throw a rock and hide his hand. Right. That's a familiar tactic that he used. So, okay, so you was cool with him from the beginning, even negotiated on some business as he. Yeah, I met him with Stutterbox. I met him with the homie Stutterbox. That's how I first came to meet Wack, was through the homie Stutterbox. Right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, Wack picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman. Because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected.
So Wack is telling Mark Stevens, hey, this nigga Stutterbox is snitching, right? But then he's still hanging with him. When he defected, let's pull that back, that classic defected.
Across the street, he seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected,
Gun case was first.
The phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman. Because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected. And I was like, okay. But my whole thing is, if he defected, why are you fucking with him? he says that Stutterbox defected, and then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right? Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Dale Dog. And I don't give out nobody nav, so I called the homie Dale Dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Because he keep calling me. And he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust dude.
So there you have it. The unreleased part of the Mark Stevens interview where he was talking about the security guard / truck driver. My boy Mike B asks what came first. The gun came first. You know what I'm saying? 2005. Remember we had Debbie on here? Listen, man, I'm finna have Debbie take us out, man. This is as good as it get. But DJ K Slay at his time of his death wasn't fucking with Wack. Wack tried to pull a whammy and claim some royalties from E1. The same thing he tried to accuse Big U of doing to him. He tried to do the Mark Stevens and steal his royalties. You know what I'm saying? For the cannot thing, and haven't even apologized to this day about it. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Crosby, Big Deuce, I keep pressing the wrong motherfucking button. I mean, BR and NO are family members. The whole city said he is banned from BRNO. Oh, Baton Rouge. And that's a fact, homie. True story. Shout out to Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, the band CS2 back.
Hey, shout out New Orleans.
Shout out New Orleans. New Orleans always support, bro. And them niggas grimy down there. Them niggas get popped up in the woods up in the back.
Hey, man. They'll throw your ass in the swamp.
Yeah. Yep, Sharon, what up? Captain McCulley. All right, so look, we gonna bring this to an end, but before we go in the end, I want y'all to remember Debbie, man, because Debbie was something special, man. I really got a lot of love for old Debbie.
Now if you get a hold of Debbie, tell her come on round here. I wants to talk to her. I got some good talking to give her. Debbie, if you're listening, I'm from California, and we love your type down here. Come on, talk to the bougie pops, the Keyway pop star.
No, we're gonna get into this right now.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. We got the content again, y'all. CS2 back, aka Porky, the pit poodle Pyru, has stepped in a pile of his own shit again. He's got some real explaining to do this time. Somebody call Big Chuck from Death of the Clout Chasers and let him know that the guy who trademarked his company has been rainbow ratting since 2005. You guys are about to hear a recorded phone call with Deuce M's and a courthouse clerk from the same Texas courthouse that Porky was in, after he was caught crossing state lines with a trunk full of guns. Listen to what she has to say about this case. After this, I want to hear the excuses that all the rainbow rats come up with.
First, this is Debbie.
Greetings. I'm doing research for a documentary. I'm with Val TV Network out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I was looking for public records on the case, and I'm having a hard time getting the records on this case. Is there any way you could assist me?
Well, what kind of case is it? And I'll tell you.
It was a gun case, 2005, for Cash McElroy Jones.
Okay. Do you have a cost number or anything?
A cost number. Hold on. I do have some kind of case number, and it was so weird it just disappeared. Number 4 427. Is that an 8 or a 3? 3. 4273.
Nope, that's not it. Okay, let me try again. 42. Oh wait.
No, 78. 73. I'm sorry.
4. Tell me it all again.
4273.
Okay.
Oh no, it comes
up to a Dickie.
Okay, no, I'm looking at another document. It says number 4278.
Okay, let's try that.
Sherry Jones was the district clerk.
Yes, she still is.
Oh wow, she's still around.
Yeah, she's been here a long time. Okay, now what are you needing?
I'm trying to find out. The case said it was a motion to dismiss, and then for illegal search and seizure, I can't find the results from that, but I know it got denied because the case continued, right? And then it was dismissed in the interest of justice. I don't know what the heck that meant. But yeah. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay. Yes, that's what it says. Now this is just on the indictment. It's just the indictment. This is not on the seizure case. Was there a seizure case?
No. It was an indictment for guns. Can I get that? Exactly what was found in that?
Yeah, let's see here. Unlawful possession of a firearm by a felony is the charge, but it was dismissed.
Okay, and when it was dismissed, does it say how many firearms it was?
Let me just see. Let's look at the.
Because the documentary I'm doing is about gun traffickers that seem to not be held accountable by the court of law. So
let's see here. The indictment says Cash McElroy Jones did then and there, having been convicted of a felony of assault with a firearm on the 12th of May, 1994, in the cause number of the Supreme Court of Los Angeles County, in the case in the docket said California versus Cash. So, but this one is unlawful possession of a firearm. I guess he was convicted out of the state of California.
Yes, I found that one. I think he was a juvenile for that one. Then he gets caught in Wheeler, Texas, with guns. I don't know how many. I'm trying to see how many were charged in the indictment. And was this indictment a federal indictment or just a Texas state?
The state of Texas.
Okay.
And it doesn't say how many. It just says that unlawful possession of a firearm. So it doesn't tell me how many. Let me see. And I don't know if they did. That's back in 2006. I was trying to see if there was. Nope, there's nothing in here to tell me. Like the PCI, the whatever you call it, the pre-sentencing investigation. Sometimes they're filed. And right. I thought there might be one in here, but there's not. And it would tell me everything. But let's see. There's really nothing else in here that's of any.
Even in 2005, 2006, that was standard procedure for them to file a pre-sentence investigator report?
They had them, but sometimes they didn't give them to us.
Right.
But there's nothing really. All it is a bunch of just regular documents that's filed and some subpoenas. And then they got the motion in order to dismiss.
Which was denied.
No, he was dismissed.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about in 2011 or 2010, right?
Yes, 2011, yes.
right. And is there any way that I could get emailed those documents?
Oh, yeah. What's your email?
Active Chucks. That's ACTIVECHUCKSS. And then at gmail.com.
Okay.
All right. What was your name again?
Debbie.
Debbie, thank you for your professionalism. I really appreciate it.
You're sure welcome. I'll get this to you.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now when we get to the interest of justice. Because I'm like, how did this just end?
Well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
I'm just going. Hey, I'm quite sure he didn't. So I'm gonna take your advice. Thank you.
Oh, well, do you need the indictment or just the motion?
The indictment, the motion to dismiss, and if you have the motion to dismiss for illegal search and seizure, because I think that one was denied and it was later dismissed in the interest of justice.
Okay, let me look through here. Hang on. All I'm seeing, but let me save this right quick. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, let me go back through here. Okay, I'm gonna send you that indictment, and then both of the motion and order. But other than that, it's pretty much just basic paperwork. Did
they have the original investigative report, like from the police officers that detained them?
We don't ever get that. No.
Okay.
No, we don't. Now, I mean, the sheriff's office might have some of that.
I'm gonna have to contact them. Maybe that'll help fill in a little more holes, so I'm not swinging in the blind before my audience with this documentary here.
Oh, so what channel is that? Oh, wait. Let me see here. Brief in support of motion to suppress.
Okay.
Let me see. He did file a motion to suppress. Gathered by the defendant Jones previously filed a motion to suppress evidence gathered by the Texas Highway Patrol, the Wheeler County Sheriff's Office, and DPS for their actions prohibited by 4th, 5th, 6th, 14th Amendments. Let's see. He wanted any and all tangible evidence seized by the enforcement officers or others in connection with the detention and arrest of Mr. Jones in this case, or in connection with the investigation. This really does. Okay, let's see. I'll just send this to you.
Okay.
And you can decide if that's something you need or not. How about that?
All right. And you said the local police that initially arrested them were sheriffs?
Well, it said DPS. It says Texas DPS, Wheeler County, and DPS Special Crimes.
DPS,
so I don't know if they
Wheeler County.
Uh-huh.
And what was the other one?
The DPS Special Crimes.
DPS Special Crimes. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but.
Right. A state which allows and permits us to bear arms under the Constitution, as long as it's out in the open and not concealed. For a gun case to be special crimes, this got to be bigger than I thought.
This says here that the vehicle he rented it. A vehicle from California. He returned it to the same location. It says Mr. Jones stated he and the passenger were traveling from California to Tulsa to bring back his mother in California for his brother's funeral. His brother had been murdered the morning of April 15, 2005 in Tulsa, and his body was going to be sent to California.
Oh, wow. So
I'm sending you that.
Yeah, so he did. Okay, yeah, please send that. And thank you for your professionalism again. If I'm ever in good old Texas, I might have to, after this documentary come out, I might have to buy you around at the bar.
Well, there is no bar here, but you can still stop in and see us.
It's that small of a city?
Oh my, we don't even have. We got a 4-way stop, and that's about it.
Oh, wow.
We're little.
Well, that's good for privacy. That's good for people who have old-fashioned values, want to raise their children. Yeah. Yes. So, all right. Well, thank you again.
Well, you're sure welcome, and I hope this helps you. And if you need anything else, holler back, okay?
I will do.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hold on. Let me stop, man. This guy got me in tears. Man, I'm crying right now. What the hell is a Rizzler, Selena? What's a Rizzler? Hold on. Henny on the floor. Henny, what's a Rizzler?
Somebody who has the gift of gab or just can suck people into their orbit.
Whoa. That one was deep, man. I've never been accused of that before.
They used to call me that, but obviously I'm retired. You're going to take over.
Hey, Selena. Y'all need to stop. But look, they definitely said, everybody is saying that Debbie been waiting on this call. Debbie ready to leave the light. Ready to leave the light on for you, Brother Deuce. Man, how y'all gonna put that? She was so professional. You know what I'm saying? Just because she had...
That's how she does Dallas. She's very professional.
Hey, Debbie does that. Nah, listen, man. She was real professional. She didn't cross the line and give us information that she ain't supposed to legally. So she definitely texts us. Shout out Miss Debbie for standing on business.
Deuce, you rizzed that lady. You definitely rizzled her. Take her for drinks.
She said it was no bars there. It's so small they don't even have a bar there. She said, I'm gonna keep
in his voice, y'all. She got excited. And she said they got a stop sign.
She was going to invite you over for dinner and have drinks there.
I bet she was. Matter of fact, listen, I'm gonna take this one for the team. Hey, Debbie, I'm coming to Texas. I gotta visit my Uncle Ronnie anyway. But man, not in that sun downtown. You go there, I might not never make it up out of there.
Anything for the paperwork?
No, hell no, not anything. Now for the
see the movie Misery?
Yeah, I remember when they beat his feet with the hammer. Bro,
make sure you share your location when you go, okay?
No cheese, yeah. Wack100 a snitch all day. Yeah, she the truth. She kept quiet. Damu Kiwe conversation, laughing my ass off.
Hey, dudes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to battle for Debbie because Debbie's a real one. Now,
Debbie a real matter of fact, I don't think we got a battle. I'm just gonna help defend her innocence. You know what I'm saying? So don't just try to have her you know what I'm saying, and treat her less than a lady.
You say about her innocence?
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I like Debbie.
Protect her innocence.
I like Debbie. She's my type of gal. She's my type of gal. On Diamond Keyway Conversation, tell Debbie my Instagram is YLOTG Debbie. Go ahead and DM me. You know, she might be a cougar, and I'm a cub.
And then Selena gonna say I was trying to charm Debbie.
Get out of here.
I'm a pleasant person.
You used some charm. Don't even go there. You used some charm to get your info. It was good.
Hey, the Henny snipers is cut.
You're a very pleasant guy. You should ask your father.
Hey, what up, Jay Jonah? What you want? They said that's what they said. Cuz got Debbie Cakes blushing. She know he snitched. Deuce was trying to be the Rizzler. So now we know who the real Rizzler is, the one that keep pointing the finger. Oh, Selena. Now we hit. All right.
I retired. The original Rizzler, you cannot deny.
Yep, he was, Selena. Oh, wow. I'm going to call y'all back. Then jumped on the bandwagon. Y'all done threw me up under the bus.
No, we recognize it. That's why.
Debbie do good. They say gang recognize gang. I'm just saying. Debbie wanted chocolate on that vanilla ice cream. Man, why is y'all just going all the way to the gutter with old Debbie? Man, Debbie ain't jumped off that, she ain't jumped off no bridge saying nothing like that. Little Debbie is tickled to death. Facts. Everybody love Debbie. Debbie does.
Yeah, she wants you to tickle them Debbie cakes.
Y'all ain't. Damn, Debbie, she telling the whole lifetime thing. Yeah, she was at that point talking about
Debbie was gonna cook you some Wagyu steak.
Well, I don't know if they got the big Wagyus in that little town. She said they didn't even have a bar. Like, damn, a tavern, a bar, nothing. Yeah, they everybody trying to push Debbie on me. Yael already signed up for the team. Now, Papa Dirt, you ain't shit. But Papa Dirt, get it, Deuce. Papa Dirt, you ain't shit. I couldn't believe you went there, my nigga. Riz, bro. Charisma. Well, you know, chutzpah. You know what I'm saying? Chutzpah. Teach me how to Riz like that, dude. Rosebud Deuce him. See Deuce. See that Deuce got that from from manhole. Yeah. Listen, man, y'all trying to charge me and hold me accountable for my past now, man. Listen, man, I was for the streets, man. She was very friendly and professional. I remember Debbie Does Dallas. Leslie, that means you pretty old. That was an old porn with old Debbie Does Dallas. You heard John Jr., my dad heard about the Debbie Does Dallas. Teach me how to read. Teach me how to Riz. Teach me how to Riz. Dancing in the summer rain. Come on, man. She wasn't doing all that. Bro walks. Yeah, bro walks in Debbie office right now. That pink toe getting turned. Y'all niggas ain't shit. They definitely on this. This is what we gonna do for the rest of the night. Hold on, man. We gonna read these and I'm gonna cut it short, man. Hold on.
Maybe it was after that email.
Oh, my Uncle Ronnie live in Dallas. Dallas and Fort Worth. He owned a couple properties out there. Dallas and Fort Worth. She sound like they don't see many color folks in town. How small is your town if you don't have a bar? We're talking about Mayberry. Favor for a favor, dude. You gotta get Debbie some chocolate. Nah. See, y'all trying to reverse roll me with Diddy and what he was doing to his alleged victims. You know what I'm saying? We not finna do that quid pro quo and all of that for some paperwork, my nigga. We not doing that. All of that is free. Let me see. He done, Deuce, oven off. She said, if you need anything else, holler back, Deuce. Damn, she did say that. This shit do not look good. Bro goes to Texas, all the Queremo demo, like Dumb and Dumber Cowboy hat. This nigga crazy, man. Oh, man.
Bro, I ain't never seen you get cooked like this before, man. They cooking you.
Hey, bro, I gotta take it. Hey, Deuce Bo. I gotta take it. And the cold thing is the Henny Snipers got this shit started. A place with no bars says serial killers. Just saying, be careful of Debbie and her customer service. Just saying, you feel me? You're welcome. I'm gonna call back. I still never. Just saying, okay, Makita, I got you. Diamond, shout out Diamond in the building. Diamond said Debbie got that Southern twang. Papa Trail, salute gang. I'm in this thing. What's up, Papa Trail? Debbie probably cool as fuck. No, Debbie definitely cool, man. Deuce had the gift of gab. That's how you do it, my man. Huh? That what? They said they don't even got Instagram in that small town. Everybody see what except me, Jay Jonah? Look, they say Debbie was cool, sent you everything, and Mr. Chucks, you were professional and risen. Laugh out loud. Tiffany Schneider, damn. Debbie was very professional. Can I post no Diddy? In the words of Elton John, don't let the sun go down on you. Man, is that might be it? What you call it? Real recognized, real Debbie bore no bars. Debbie was a real one. Nah, Debbie a real one. Southern hospitality for you, Deuce. Now Diamond on me. Okay, this is where we finna end this shit. The whole team flaming me. In my Dr. Umar voice, stay away from that white woman. My brother, is this what you want to do, my brother? Is this what you want to do? My brother, is this what you want to do, my brother? King to win it to Dr. Umar voice. Carol G. Deuce was trying to lay it thick on poor little Debbie Cakes. Carol G, why you do me like that? Debbie Cakes. Melvin, all right. I see. That's a country beat. Bottom line, you got those receipts. I got the receipts, my nigga. Definitely tells my age. Yeah, Leslie, we know that you was on the black and white porn flicks. Hey, yo, Colored. They said they gonna call it. Hey, yo, Colored, the fuck? Hold on, man. They selling you out back. Yeah, they is. That's crazy, little mama. That's crazy. Selena, we gonna put you in the goop. Cause you started all this. Play around in that sundown town if you want. Debbie is not the one you're gonna have to worry about.
Oh, so Selena, you been a troublemaker?
Hey, Yael, she started calling me a Rizzler while we was playing the Debbie thing.
So
right?
you calling people Rizzlers?
But come to find out, hey, look. Thank you, honey. Trying to blame me. Hey, but look, Yael, come to find out, she was the GOAT Rizzler. Like, that's her whole persona. Like, Henny even stamped it. So if Henny gave her that, then that's what she do. She's a charmer, right?
Oh, she's a charmer. Little, she likes to flatter in words.
Yeah, well, Henny threw her under the bus. I didn't know. I was blind. I didn't even know what a Rizzler was, right?
What the fuck is a Rizzler?
I let Henny and them tell you. Henny, you gonna tell Yael?
All right, Debbie. All right, Debbie. Debbie, plead the fifth. She said, I'ma just keep my mouth shut. Hey, shit. Hey, I should have took a lesson from Debbie and my niece. Hey, niece. That will keep away conversations. Expose me. Oh shit. Coolest dude. You ended up chained up to the bed with the
oh yeah, they talking about the movie Misery. You don't remember what happened in Misery?
Damn it. Oh yeah, Misery. Yeah, she was crazy as hell.
They said it.
I wear active chucks.
Shout a Henny for Debbie. Hey.
She's gonna have a douche shirt on.
Oh yeah, y'all funny tonight.
Shout a Henny for Debbie. Bro, they been packing me out. You ain't even help me. What type of time you on, bro?
Hey, listen, brother. I'm not with the domestics. I'm not with domestics.
They say bro getting cooked.
Hold on, y'all.
Big Gov even said I'm getting cooked. Then they said don't blame us. Then Diamond on me. Debbie said she don't mind a big city crush. Debbie got her groove back after talking to Deuce. Yeah, this is nasty. Debbie hit your brimming. Oh man, we ended it right here. G-Mac killed me. We on Clubhouse, man. Salute to everybody who came. Hit the like up. This nigga just body beat me down. He said, Debbie hit your brimming. To the next time, y'all take us out with the Damu Keyway, bro. Damn, I can't breathe. Damn. Damu Keyway conversation.